Sure I am on the right window here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Gonna hit this button one more time. There we go. We're going to be getting back into our detective games today. A little more investigative than some of the Ace Attorney stuff. Little break from Ace Attorney for a bit. That last trial had a couple of annoying elements to it, so let it sit and become fresh again. Before we get too much further into that, though, let's check in with the kitties. We do have Mason and Sherbet by the window. You can see Sherbet in the house a little bit, and you can see Mason at the window. And then Sammy is over on the shelf, giving her left side a good toasting. Ember is sitting on my lap. I'm not sure where Sky has gotten off to. Dunno. Couple of places he could be laying down. Or he might be looking in the side of the window, off to the right of where Mason and Sherbet are. But if we look, we're going to be trying the Painscreek Killings. Let's set it on the window, shall we? This is a murder mystery game. It was the prior game to Scene Investigators. Different style of it. It's very actually solve the murder mystery as opposed to find clues around the arbitrary scene. So we're going to be moving around a location, like a town kind of thing, and finding clues, unlocking doors, that kind of thing. So a little more direct. That camera, another little tap there. Maybe. There we go. I do like the, let's see, game seeks to emulate to a certain degree the experience of investigating a murder case. You'll need to search each location carefully, find clues to proceed, and use your observation and deduction skills to uncover the hidden secrets. We recommend writing your own notes or taking advantage of the in-game camera. Game autosaves whenever you enter a location should you encounter a bug or problem while playing, such as being stuck or getting pushed out of the game world. Simply press reload. Let's see. Where's my notepad? Make up your mind, Ember.
Hey, Janet. So the chief has entrusted you with my assignment, hey? I hope it didn't interfere with your weekend plans. Anyway, he told me to call you and fill you in on it. You remember the murder that happened a few years back that was never solved? The one at Painscreek where the ex-mayor's wife was killed? Well, the property's being auctioned off soon, so we don't have much time to dig up anything that's relevant to the case. So, see what you can find. Hopefully it'll be something worth publishing. Anyway, take care. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Getting my notepad ready. Sound effects are still a little louder than I'd like. But I do like the music that they've got and some of the ambient sound effects, so we'll see how that go. I might have to turn the master volume down a little bit again. Let's see. Killed Vivian Roberts. So about 4 years ago. Oh boy, that is. Ember. Is there a problem, man? Ember has entered nuisance mode. Oh, beverage. Unsolved case, okay. So they're never found. Rumored that a private investigator was in Painscreek sometime later, but nothing more on that. So we need to find who killed her, what was the motive, and what was the murder weapon. We need findings in a front page photograph for the story. Don't forget to bring the camera. Ember is wriggling around behind my head on the chair now. She gets really kind of squirmy and similar when she wants extra attention. Welcome to Painscreek, population 0. So it looks like the sound effects are louder to me than on the stream, so let me know if that's not the case. One more time to be sure. Cemetery gate padlock. Let's... Did I leave my camera in the car or something? Do you want to leave now? Okay, I don't think that button do what it says they do. Turn that down a little bit. Yeah. On controller, it's the Y button. One second, let me fix that. So there are some games that if they detect a gamepad, they say, oh, well, clearly, if there's a gamepad attached to your system, I will show only gamepad controls because you must want to play every game with a gamepad. No, I don't. At the very least, let me choose. We're gonna... get a slow kind of nice leisurely stroll kind of movement here. And we are going to mess with that audio a little bit more. Okay, zone-based houses, so it's not... They're not going to try to cram them into the same instance, which can be good. It can be a little jarring when you have a space difference, but hopefully not. If it's anything like scene investigators, a lot of this is going to be our own inferences. All right, that is a, hey, why don't you find a flashlight? Desk key. Gimme. Do I have a limited inventory? Scott Brooks, Painscreek Trinity Church pastor's son suspected for killing Vivian Roberts. So this is the Vivian being the one that we're investigating the murder of. I'm fleeing from murder scene late at night. Residing at the hunting cabin by the trailhead. anonymous witness. Oh, here, I'll just read the whole thing for you, just in case. Police apprehended Scott Brooks yesterday afternoon. He was residing at the Roberts hunting cabin by the trailhead. According to a witness who at this time has wished to remain anonymous, he was coming home late on July 19th at around 11:58 p.m. when he saw Scott walking very quickly away from the Roberts mansion. Heading down Silver Lake, although Scott looked upset, the witness did not think it unusual until a few days later when he came across the newspaper article on Vivian Roberts' murder. Feeling uneasy about the whole situation, he called the police. Shortly after the call was made, the police arrived at Scott's cabin and questioned about his whereabouts the night Vivian died. Bit awkward. It questioned him, and they questioned him. Just structure. Scott said he did not meet her that night and said he had nothing to do with her death. Slater brought down to the station for further questioning. Okay. Just gonna jot a quick note down. One of the things that we encountered in their second game, Scene Investigators, was that there's a great deal of note writing that happens with this kind of thing. I generally don't consult my notes too much, but writing them is a good mnemonic device for me. It's a suspect. And it is. We have the date here. We'll just. We don't have the year, but we'll just put July 19th. Ember. Hey. What? I was just pulling on a wire. Yeah. Talking about you. See if she holds still long enough for you to see. She's right across the keyboard, so. Oh, there she goes. It's hitting my lap, ma'am, but I'm going to have to put the notepad on your head. Just leaving Robert's mansion. This was an anonymous source. He claims he didn't meet her. I mean, it seems like you want attention, Ember, but you're just kind of being all squirmy. Buttons, checking buttons, wrong buttons. It's not going to be a very fast game, but Ember's not making it any faster. Let's see. Work relocation. Sheriff James Howard, due to the decreasing population of Painscreek County over the recent years, we've decided to delegate manpower elsewhere. Letter 2 is to inform you that you have been reassigned to Grand County starting May 14th, 1998. So this is upwards of a year ago. we have the desk key. Station desk book. Because of the nature of the game, it's going to be chat heavy, assuming we continue playing this one long term. So if you do have any questions or anything like that, or thoughts about the game, feel free to chime in. No spoilers or anything like that. A big part of this is, reading through it ourselves. Let's see. So we have July 30th. It's the funeral. Let's see, the butler, the head servant, the family chauffeur's mother, I suppose. Family chauffeur's mother, Wanda, who is fighting cancer, attended. Her husband, Charles, came with their daughter, Tricia. Charles did not utter a word. He was very quiet. Most of the town came and paid their respects. Halfway through the ceremony, Tricia started to weep loudly. Dorothy brought her elsewhere, and the crying died down. Notice that Dorothy looked tired. She must have been tough to take care of Tricia. She's been having multiple breakdowns. Loss of her mother, and with her boyfriend being accused as the killer, must have taken a toll on her. Okay, it's just... Well, clearly it was Bernard. He's a butler. Of course he did it. It's just the way of things. Either the butler did it, or the butler definitely didn't do it as a misdirect. Those sort of, long-running tropes. So, Bernard's the butler. It's the head servant. Very old-timey mansion, then. Derek is the chauffeur. I expect chauffeur is a French word. At least in English, we get a lot of, would you put it? But it's words from different languages with that language's pronunciation, despite with the same lettering. So unless you know the way that you're supposed to pronounce that word, if you try to pronounce it with the letters in standard English, you'd get like chowfear. Definitely not the same word. Let's see. His husband. Trisha is daughter. Dorothy has been caring for Trisha. I don't think her state of mind currently is necessarily, or Well, it would seem you must have a gimmick then, huh, Lessons? Robert is Trisha's boyfriend. No, not Robert. Scott Brooks. Okay. Population's decreasing. Says they never found anybody with a motive. Don't think that's necessarily okay. That was. We don't remember seeing a name on it, but hey, it just told us it's James Howard's journal, so spoiler via achievement, maybe. Okay, how to use key. And options, controls. Let's see, some possible ones are F, maybe? Do I not have the... Oh, here we go. I had to find the lock. Okay, we found old gate key. Murder case report. Interesting place to keep it. Apprehended a few days after. According to our investigation, someone saw him around 11:30, which is the witness said around 11:50. Definitely need to keep an eye out. Hey there, Erba. Or Reba. We're solving murder mysteries. So a very chill game. How are you doing? Ooh. This is different. Let's see. So this one says two hunters saw Scott and Vivian arguing. The anonymous source in the newspaper said only saw him at 11:50. So this might be... This might be after that. So we have two hunters who said around 11:30 north of the mansion they saw them arguing. Too far to here. Welcome back. Let's see. Scott was fired from the manor. Six months prior. So there's all kinds of stuff pointing at Scott, but apparently we're going to find out that Scott didn't have enough there. I presume you mean, do you mean the person with the green birdie icon? Or do you expressly mean somebody with the name Duo? I mean, a person with that icon was in chat, and they seem to have some sort of gimmick with their name and the phrase that they tossed in. I suspect they are, whether they're if they're still here, hey, thanks for staying along with us. If not, I suspect they strafe live streams and say that. Okay. So he was fired and he was told he couldn't see Trisha anymore, who was supposedly dating him at the time. So there's at least a lot of circumstantial stuff that points to some sort of motive for Scott to be at least a suspect. Or at least there's some indication that he should be a suspect.
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Anne's courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
It's a very, very combo device. They've got a fax answering machine there. Let's see.
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Anne's courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Okay, somebody named Steven calling somebody at the police station about a package. Well, isn't that convenient, PSS? Indeterminate sack. Hey there, Tanuki. Oh, hey, flashlight. Useful. Going to be taking a lot of notes in this game if prior games, if the other game by this group that we played is any indication. But welcome, folks. Hope you're having a good day so far. Trying to keep up with the idea of playing games around noon on the day before we do our programming. We don't know if any of this is relevant. Sometimes it can be. It's river on playground. Some other crimes might be relevant to the current crime kind of stuff. We're already on our second page of notes, so. Very calm game. Have plenty of time to chat if you'd like. But otherwise, very somber piano music. And my stream of consciousness babbling. And dead in front of home. Let's see, found. Drive. I don't know if these people put the date, like the year on the paper or similar. Tina's found her. Coroner's office. Okay, so further things about the window of the death. There's a cafe. Anne's Courtyard is an inn. So whoever this Stephen is, they are potentially a visitor to the town. Blank post-its. Hey, we are here. Anne's Courtyard straight in, so we can check that. Pebble Lane near the river, there's a playground around here where the kid went missing. Hospital. Okay. Yep, and that gained us the map. Can't open the medicine cabinet, I guess. Little hook ladder. Where would they use that in here? I mean, I guess you could just lean it against the wall, but that would start to mess with those hooks. Maybe it is used elsewhere nearby. So this is essentially a vacant town. Everybody's moved out. Tutorial completed. Let's check some of the adjacent buildings. Can we enter them? We can. Okay. Guess we be systematic. 3 is boarded up. It'll be interesting to see how many of these are okay, power is off. It won't let me turn it back on. No fun. It's not like we're official investigators. We are just a rando reporter snooping. So it seems very clear we are going to find keys to some of these places over the course of this. Nothing sus about us. We're just walking around, trying to open doors. Okay, we do have a car here. This implies the presence of at least one person. Unless they just, left their car here. It would be convenient for my investigation if I was allowed to, look at that stuff in their car. Do. Well, switch to a much more sinister music. Making a quick note so maybe I'll remember that there is a locked file cabinet at the police station. They're classified stuff. In case we ignored the police station one. Definitely got an atmosphere here. Listen to that building strings. Wow. Kind of music where I expect some sort of dude to grab our shoulder and murder us, you know? Black Pine Road. Say which one it is. This is part of that where if we know which key we got from where, we can save time. We have a newspaper on the desk. Let's see, fund embezzlement. So we have an indication of fund embezzlement associated with the hospital. Let's check for a cat. Oh, there's Sky. But also have a sherbet by the window, and we don't normally show that camera as frequently. She pushed to revamp the hospital. It's the Roberts Relief Foundation. Okay. Interesting. It recorded something about that. We have a button for like notes. Our photos. We have our journal. Okay. Okay, well, that's kind of convenient. Barbershop. Can you do if you're locked out of your car? Interesting that they highlighted the usage of a Slim Jim. which I suspect is how we're going to get into that blue car out there. Lives lost 20 years ago. Hey there, Jorn. Joining us for some murder mystery. Vivian was very much active in the community, it would seem. Just gonna. We'll just take a picture of that so that we have it in case we forget. That's right, Grazzy. Sherbet is currently sleeping in his little house. Let's see if we can spot how many others we can spot. We have 4 visible. Sammy is currently not present on camera. Ember, Sky, Mason, and Sherbet are visible. Okay, we have key for 201. And lock toolbox. This is a murder mystery investigation game called The Painscreek Killings. We are an investigative reporter trying to find out if we can solve an unsolved murder case from years ago. Okay, let's see. We have to write a lot of this kind of stuff down. Can I see it close enough with the camera? Oh, we cannot. We cannot at all. Is this in the journal? It is not. Okay. So a woman was found dead in front of her house, and they never found the killer. So we're going back through this town that since then has been abandoned and seeing if we can find any residual clues. Brian Reynolds. Timothy. Stephen Moss. Stephen Moss called the police station and asked about a package to see if it had been delivered. Percent? Not really clear. Or at least I don't remember. Okay. We're just going to We're just going to record this whole thing. I wonder if they screwed up and any of these numbers are real. The presence of 555 indicates probably not. Did I miss somebody in the list? Timothy. Oh, no. Okay, well. Just have to cram Norm's into listing in here. Let's see. 204, and this was. Ooh. So when they were in the room is potentially the relevant thing with that. Four. Have one. Hey there, Yassine. Welcome, welcome. We're trying to solve a murder. Even was in 201. I had to guess Steven is the relevant one in this list, but we'll see if there's anybody else. If it looks like I'm looking down a lot, I'm writing notes. This developer has made another game after, which people have said is not as good. And I don't disagree. Past like the first couple cases in their second game, not as good. Or those weren't as fun as the first ones. We'll see if how this one holds up and if it's worth going all the way through. At 445 to I would prefer if they were more consistent about, or at least that they extensively recorded documents like this. Like, I would like not to have to write these down fully. Howie was 318. 7 through /22. We can use this kind of thing to say these people are or are not relevant because we could see when they held the room, when they were in the room, kind of thing. This person. Okay, so room 201 is a significant thing for us, if nothing else. Already burning through our pages of notebook. Luckily, I have plenty. Sure. Interesting. Wonder what might be in those. Two. Oh, let's look at that. Okay, 2, 3. We have 2, 3, and 4. Um, okay, that's just the room key, not the lock key. Or the safe key. For sanity's sake, we're going to keep doing this with these things that we can open. Just in case. Hey there, Tricky. Sure. If I keep those open, I'm less likely to think that I haven't looked at something. Let's see. Interesting. Let's see. Might be useful here, but Photo Lab. Is it a new game or is it the same one you played last time? This is a new one. So the last time we were trying to play, I'm not sure if you saw the last one, but the last one we were trying to play a game called Prognostic, which on its surface was a murder mystery, but was largely a spinning plates game, unfortunately. This one is a full-on murder mystery. Like, we've got to find the clues and make the deductions ourselves. This is 19 Black Pine. Notable locations that we might need in the future here. Town Center. Okay. Bucket chemicals. Make sure we don't miss like a key that we could use to open that toolbox. This has a lot in common with an adventure game in that we're trying to find things that let us progress, you know? Find the key to the toolbox, and that'll almost certainly give us a Slim Jim, which we can use to open the locked car. Okay, we have 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that supposedly, based on what I can read, there's no like threats in the game. It's all the sinister atmosphere, you know? One of them moved to the bed. Maybe Sammy moved to the bed since we last looked. Yeah, we got a double on the bed. There we go. Toilet paper roll. The town has been abandoned since the murder took place. Oh, the obligatory bibble in the the beds, the nightstand. And 203. 201 we're most interested in. A late rent notice. It's definitely to Steven, because there's no checkout date indicated on the line for Steven. Yeah, Stephen Morris. Rent not received by 404. Looks like it's signed Rosalie P. Can't tell if that's an L or something else really swooshy. And 202 we have the key to. One bibble. Oh, 2 seems to be a slightly fancier room, despite the fact that they're all standard rooms. Yeah, all the lights are out because there's pretty much no power. Apparently, some of the places have, like, extra resources in that regard, but almost everything has been lights out. Hey there, Proto. Welcome. No? Is there anything we didn't check regarding a toolbox? Oh, good. They have some lights here.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Spare key. Oh, good to see you again too, Proto. We are playing a murder mystery game. Sometimes I'm going to look away for a little bit as I write down notes. A gimmick of this game is that it doesn't store the information necessarily. Like sometimes you have to decide what is significant because only like some newspaper articles and whatnot, like actual documents we get, will be recorded. Well, thank you, Werewolf. I appreciate that. I do. And welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. We're playing the Painscreek Killings. The name seems familiar, Lucas. But unfortunately, not really. A leftist post office, farmer's market. I don't know that it's available on mobile, Werewolf. It is, I got it on Steam. I haven't seen any indications that it is elsewhere. Oliver's photography is over there. But I don't know where Miss Phillips would be. Well, let's check some of these other places. There's the Moon Cafe. The notable coffee house. Also locked. Oh, Frog Crime. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we finished that game. We actually got the thing right. It was the, well, you know, spoilers for the game, but I already did it on stream. The mother did it. Big books and little. Oh, bookshop is closed. This game is called the Painscreek Killings, Werewolf. It's a murder mystery game where we have to investigate an abandoned town and try to solve a murder that was, well, an unsolved murder. Where are we going? Where are we going? What street are we on? Town Center and Black Pine. It's Black Pine. All the way up through here. Means we're on one of these sides. The hospital is that way. Then we're here. Okay, so if we look, there's our postal service. I have 9 cameras working at once. I use an iPhone for my facial tracking. ARKit is still the way to go for facial tracking. And then I have 8 security cameras set up around the area. And I have this a system set up to swap between them. Post office also locked. A lot of these that we can't turn back on. I wonder if there's some way. Happily, the security cameras are way cheaper than an iPhone. I do hope to upgrade the security cameras at some point. Okay, this should be Pebble Lane that we're on. Yeah. It won't let us riffle through other people's mail. Trail closed. Do not enter public hunting area. Oh, okay. It's an impassable chain. Noted. All right. It's one of those things that you learn to do when you decide you want to do it. This is the play area that a kid went missing in. No alcohol, drugs, smoking, or weapons. Oh man, old school. You got these death traps. And a metal slide designed to catch the sunlight and slow cook you. Well, not slow cook you. Generally cook you very swiftly and efficiently. These are the sort of games that spawn true crime podcasts. I shouldn't go in the water. All my equipment will get wet. Is this the hunting cabin where Scott stayed, I think? Letter. Odd to have. Like, this can't be connected to that. That's way too much ladder for it to be a stairway down. That would be something you'd use to get up on the roof. The angle of the steps is bad for that. I get more firewood. Give Trisha my spare cabin key. Okay. Okay. So a lot of these notes are, this is where the key is located kind of notes. This guy was the youth pastor, I believe. Okay. I wonder. So he fixed her sink. So he was definitely there. Visit Andrew in hospital. Sometimes I end up rereading these notes. Sometimes just writing them helps for kind of entrenching it in memory. Check hospital for missing tools. Those, like, the hospital's missing tools, or... That's all we can do with this cabin. Let's jog our way back to town. Probably going to end up needing to parse notes after this. Okay, so we should be back from here. Yeah, hunting grounds. That's near where the cabin is. So if we keep going down this way, we'll get to the community hospital. No, wait. This is... Where am I at? I must still be on Pebble. Which street are we on here? Okay, this is Pebble. So this whole area that we were at is kind of uncharted on this map. This should be Black Pine again. Yeah. It has that feeling, doesn't it, Proto? Any minute we're going to get the foghorn. The fog's going to roll in and we're going to be in Silent Hill. The game's got that kind of vibe. Oh, and that creaking doesn't help at all. This is to the Black Pine. Well, I don't know what 40 Black Pine is, but we're going in. Oh, no, it's locked. It said enter, and I thought I was going to get away with that, but apparently not. Waste that page on that, then. Fine. So a big part of this at the moment is finding keys to get into places and investigating them. Should be the hospital grounds. Yeah, Painscreek Community Hospital. Jog, 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 jog. You almost feel like it's constantly has that feel of tension, primarily from the, like you said, the abandoned place, and the music. The combination of those gives you that sort of something is wrong with this place. Hospital grounds. Talk outline under window left of door. Odd. Another flashlight in case we still manage to dodge them. Well, this whole place is a HIPAA violation, apparently. Look at all these documents left out. Okay, nothing on the answering machine. Let's go in order here. At least nowadays, if I got a hold of something like this, like I found this document anywhere at all, and it was actually this content, um, every entry here would potentially be a HIPAA violation that they would have to publicly announce and be fined for. Hey there, Nugget. Welcome. 1, 2, 1. Quantity. Three. Second floor. Trisha Roberts. Why did she end up in the hospital? The daughter of the victim. This is an unsolved murder from before it was abandoned. The population of the town started to decline heavily after the murder, and at this point, the whole place is emptied out. Even the police have pretty much been moved to different stations. So, hypothetically, we might be able to find the cabin key in Trisha's room. There are a lot of M names here. Is it a coincidence, or are 3 people from this M family listed as present at the same time? Yeah. Father Matthew forgot key. Place under flower pot next to church. The classic key hiding location. We're a journalist in this story, so it's meant to be it kind of has the vibe. It's a true crime piece. Either we're going to solve the murder, or we're going to have a sensationalist article that we could put up there. Murder mystery of abandoned town. Nihilo nihil fit. So ill fit. It's kind of like our copper coin button. Well, we know where the church key is now. This is another trick of it, is some of these rooms are going to be irrelevant to what I'm doing. All right, Proto. Have a good rest of your day. It is Clorox. Definitely not Clorox. Yep. Clorox. Magic. Generic non-copyright infringing bleach-related substance. Let's play the maze game. Can't read that. Too blurry. Do a simple left rotation around the building, you know? We are completely impeded by things like chains. Unless I can click it to open it, we can't get by. Even if we could very clearly, like, just duck under it. Kind of like when the wall is only a foot high, but you can't step over it or jump over it, you know? Impassable. Now, see, this kind of place would really start getting unnerving at night. Abandoned town, most of the lights don't work. So, mostly darkness by flashlight when you know that everybody has left the place. Hello, Sky. station. It is very commonly the case, Lucas. The Tyler key. Wanda Tyler is in room 102 on the first floor. Full records room. Pocket all the things. There's. Yep, all the lines are disconnected. Something on that chair there. Let's see, Henry Johnson. Johnson ID card. Seven 6 2 8 3 4 4 3 5. We can put it in our inventory, so we may not need to remember that whole mess, but stairs next. Ah, just the lights turning out, but ah. Now is the implication that there's somebody here with us, or that that was coincidence and that they finally cut the power to this place? We shall see. So, 635 3049. Okay, Scott Brooks was one of the suspects. Is a basement. (102). This is Wanda's room. It's open and messed up. Derek visits me every day. Sometimes he smuggles snacks that I like, knowing that I would never get them from the nurses. Other times he brings me flowers. They smell wonderful. He knows that I love Sense and Sensibility and reads me a chapter or two each time he's here. He doesn't have to drive Charles for a few days. He stays past visiting hours and sleeps on the armchair, tending to my needs during the night and gives the nurses a break. He's such a good kid. He had a note about. Okay, Wanda is Derek's mom. She was dealing with cancer. Derek was the chauffeur of Charles Roberts, the husband of the victim. Just falling out, chemotherapy sessions. People say at my funeral, will Derek think of me as his mother who was always there for him? Okay. That whole journal is in our, that whole log is in our journal now. That her room is open is interesting. Like this right here. This is a jump scare door. This one, not so much. There's not much that could be there. This one, I can see part of the room as I enter, but this whole side of the room is obscured by the door. And that is a jump scare door. Okay. I think we saw the medical records room on our first circuit. Check all the way over here. This one has the stairs down. Okay. We're going to slow walk for maximum tension. Yeah, power was cut. Records for Raymond Brown. Do we keep that? Okay. Let's see. Heart condition. We're just gonna needs daily monitoring. Prescription drug, Aceway Assurance. Apazamban. Okay, then we have Wanda Tyler. Yeah. Okay, we have the identification card for her prescriber, her physician. Hmm. Stroke or head injury. Fox, I guess. Diabetes. Rebecca. Sure. Seizures and blackouts. Yeah, if this hospital still exists, if this reporter were just to take these records with her for proof, the hospital would cease to exist after. Is not listed. What's relevant about it? These are all like admission questionnaire kind of things. You know, do you or your family, anyone in your family, have the following kind of thing? Hello, Sherbet. Hello, buddy. So I'm most interested in anything that has like a prescription indicator or the diagnoses, because it may lead me to more stuff. Henry Johnson again. Another one for Wanda. More medical records. Okay, now we have write down her address again, 43 Silver Lake, just so that we know that. Have cytosam. As of 10/4/1992. Brown. I'm going to go out on a limb. No. It's a ban. Ramsey on Rimdopril. Brazilam. I love drug names. Whoever writes Marlon Fox has fancy handwriting. Limaparide. Form is not intended for workers' compensation board purposes. For a work-related injury or illness, the required WCB forms must be completed. Does not replace forms related to the employee's ability to work that are required by the workers' compensation board, third-party insurers, and employee-funded medical benefits. Physician's name and address. This seems specifically interesting. L. Thornton. Of injury. Medically able to work with limitations or restrictions as of. It's permanent. Appointment. Now, if the next document is exactly like this, then I've wasted time writing it. So let me just check here. We'll just shorthand this one. Oh, wait. This one is probably more relevant. Henry Johnson again. This is the ID card in the guy that was the physician for Wanda. Oh, wait. Okay, I've got this backwards. Henry Johnson. Saw Andrew Reed. Three. 1994. It's later on. It's related to Wanda, and it's closer to the incident, I believe. It's 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, okay. Potentially interesting, potentially. Okay. I can update that on the pin. Why would Catherine's pin be in basement storage? Get a good look at it. Right? Criteria. Let's see if we can check anything in the basement. You know, for maximum creepy. A little bit of pop in there. Oh, basement's locked. Next floor, then. There's an indication that Scott Roberts may have left some tools here, so that might be of use. Physical therapy room. I've seen these a lot, at least in like recreations of physical therapy settings where these are used to help somebody like get used to walking again. Where you can brace your hands on the poles as you try to take steps. They're not Cheerios, they're adios. When you think about it, it's still a related word. Not like directly related, but I have heard Cheerio used as almost like a I could say it like a departure word, you know? A goodbye substitute. Okay. Room 206. Door was ajar. No, it wasn't. It was a door. Ha ha. Is heaven real? Science v. religion. I see a note. Long-term stay rooms here. So it looks like somebody is either sloppily breaking the room down for, removal, or or somebody flipped the room slightly, primarily because of some of these drawers pulled out and similar. But I get the impression that it was in process, Colorful letter. Dear Hannah. Signed Nicole. Jump back a few pages of notes here real quick. Interesting. 206 is Harold. I think I wrote that right. Mom, that you're not feeling well and have to be at the hospital from now on, so I wrote this letter to say I'm really sorry for what I said to you last time. I just wanted our time capsule to be perfect. You get better, you can put anything you want in our time capsule and you can decide where we should bury it, I promise. I really hope you get well soon. I miss you. Please write back to me. Yes, you can pass your letter to my mom. She works in the hospital as a nurse. Okay. Oh. Oh. Well, that doesn't seem good. Either, something violent happened or she coughed on it. Glad I got your letter. I'm sorry too, and thank you for letting me choose where to bury our time capsule. I have a few ideas in my mind, and I want you to pick for me. Playground. Find the hunting cabin. Cemetery. Now, we don't know if Nicole ever got this letter. But it's possible. Like, information on it could have been relayed. So we have key-wise, we have Wanda's key. We have Henry's ID card. Oh man, I haven't been opening those. First one I encountered wouldn't let me open it. I gotta check all the restrooms again. Okay. This is potentially where our... Yep. So up on the roof is a broken railing. Above the chalk outline. Broken ledge. Somebody could fall and die. But is that death relevant? All right, what else? What else? I don't think we can go much further here anymore. So that's Catherine's pin. Well, we'll have to keep looking. What do you folks think so far? Spooky, no? Okay, if we're going left out of the hospital, we may have come up this road here. Yep. This would be the route to the manor. She was found dead in front of the place. We have, like, markings to indicate that? Well, let's see if we can go around it. I mean, in theory, I could be missing stuff by jogging along those pathways, but we'll see. Combination lock. Got a couple of places we can potentially find tools. In particular, the photo lab might have a shovel, which if we can identify where the swine box is like what's at the Anne's courtyard. Check the garage while we're here. That wine box is definitely interesting. But will it be relevant? We're going to close that so that we don't forget that we need to search that area more thoroughly, you know? We're going to run down the pathway here. This is an odd little structure. Oh, it's got this outside L. Seems kind of irrelevant to have it there. Maybe it gives you more handhold. More pop in there. Jackson and Lewis. Lots of awards. Wine, the little wine racks are inaccessible. Wonder if the power will go out in this place. Well, they liked their audios. Lorex flour. Kind of don't feel like I would trust a company that makes a, would it be a cleaning agent with the same labeling as a bag of flour? When delivering food to church on Saturdays, please lock all doors and return the key under the flower pot. on Saturdays. So this is another place that we could find out about the key under the flower pot, just like they've given us flashlights in multiple locations. But this also tells us that there are food deliveries to the church on Saturdays. Is that important? Is that relevant in any way? Don't know. Okay, Jackson and Lewis is where one of the plaques are from. Vivian. From Eric W. Campbell. Jackson and Lewis. Thank you for providing us to be Painscreek Community Hospital's medical provider. Husband running for mayor. Some might consider this partnership to solely be for the benefit of his status. On the contrary, it also greatly benefits us, as your supporting funds allow us to continue our research and assist our elderly patients. This is a weirdly incriminating way to write it. Like, why would you mention the, hey, you might think this is just to give your husband a political boost? Why would you write that? Contract could benefit the husband's mayoral run. I mean, maybe it's a kind of a nod and a wink to the to Vivian to say like, hey, this is an extra good idea. It'll help your husband too. Henry Johnson found Henry Johnson found drowned. This is the doctor that worked with Wanda. We have his ID card. Days. Burgundy car was found at the bottom of Cherry Creek Lake yesterday afternoon. Car. A swimmer who chose to remain anonymous said he was diving in the lake when he saw what appeared to be a red car glittering at the bottom of the lake. He swam towards the vehicle and was shocked to see the body in the driver's seat and called police. A few hours later, it was pulled out and found the body. Based on the report, the body had been in the water between 10 to 15 days. Last checked in. This is definitely relevant. That's gotta be relevant. Don't know which one of these is. I suspect Vivian, Charles, Trisha. Patio. High tension piano music continues. Jeez. When they said it was a manor, they meant it. Creepy photo picture gallery is creepy. What do you think are the chances that we're going to see somebody looking through a window or something one of these times? Ah, 1993, went hunting this afternoon. Scott's quite a fast learner and has good manners, too. Told him to call me Charles, but he kept saying it was more appropriate to call me Mr. Roberts. Almost got the deer on his second try. If he keeps this up, I'll take him over Bernard as my hunting partner. Scott. Actually hunts with Bernard. Trisha's been rather obvious in her interest. He's a good-looking young man and respectful to others. Don't mind his status. There's nothing wrong with being an orphan. If there is, it's the parents' fault. I know that Trisha fancies him. I've grown to like him, too. Today is Mom's death anniversary. It's been 18 years since she passed away. Paid my respects at her tombstone. Vivian wasn't feeling well and chose not to come, so I asked Scott to accompany me. He brought fresh lilies. He said lilies suggest that the soul of the deceased has returned to a peaceful state. Sometimes I feel like he's a son to me. Now that I think about it, Vivian is always getting sick during this time of year. Regularly sick around August 27th, end of August. I knew our relationship would not be as close as we had it, but ever since Vivian discovered my affair, she hasn't been the same. So by September 8th, 1993, she has found out he's been having an affair. New data. But will it become information? We shall see. My understanding is that if the Mona Lisa is this big in a gallery, it's a replica. Because I thought the Mona Lisa was supposedly smaller than this. Like, it's not a big painting. Part of the story of the painting being that it became famous after it was stolen before, once. Until then, it wasn't very noteworthy. Okay. So here. Like exercise room lockers. Bernard was the butler, wasn't he? It's on the first page of notes. Yes, Bernard is the butler. Bernard's locker. Rusty key. Let's take a picture of that. Whenever possible, I'm just going to take pictures. It'll save me note taking. Floor door. Post it. Not to return. Servant's room keys. Key in time. Left in kitchen drawer. I don't recall finding a key in the kitchen. Yeah. It would imply those are servants' rooms. Again, very old style manor and very old style staffing. Butler, head servant, that kind of thing. Yeah, planters are all emptied. Later. Okay, so this lines up with the memorial that the pastor was holding. Six members of this village, together with 13 others from the town of Hillsdale and Old Creek, perished in the coal mine demolition program. Yeah, okay. "21 miners. Six were locals. Demolition. Roberts Mining Company. Vivian, who had just married into the family, started a fundraising event that raised $96,000. Vivian started a fundraiser. Raised. Being added 4,000. Okay, and that 120,000 was given to the local families. Also potentially very relevant. Oh, okay, they got the Da Vinci wine here. And she's premium wine. The fancy stuff. Was October 9th, 1994. Don't know if relevant, but exists. Okay, so that was one in there. One in here. One outside. One on the shelf. Okay, so there's two accounted for in here. And one outside. So there's one box that isn't accounted for. Okay. Pool table score sheet. You think, will we blow the fuses? Security room has a keypad. Checking all the things. Okay, so we've got a motive created for Scott in that there's something that happened that caused the him to be kind of expelled from the manor and not allowed to visit Trisha. Despite the fact that we have journal entries that indicate that Charles, was viewing him as a friend, like was getting close to him, Trisha liked him. So what happened? Balcony note. Bean's tea schedule. .320 on the dot. With 2 exclamation points. Veteran Cup for Monday. Line for guests. Milk. Ground side. Rubbed. -M, which can't remember, but there was a servant. The head servant was, I think, had a M name. Okay, let's head on back down to the kitchen for extra light switches. Our kitchen drawer we missed. These are the guests. Man, that dingy silverware. Well, china. It's left in a kitchen drawer. See it better from this side, maybe? Interesting. Did somebody... Was it already, reclaimed? Oh. Missed some. Shopping list. Wax balloons. Powder. Strawberries. Sounds like cake. There we go. Hello, Ember. Are you coming to sit with me again? He says yes, and you didn't immediately start petting me. Instead, you touched that notepad. She's not sure how she feels about the notepad propped on her back. Delay by cat. Yes, you get back scratches, ma'am. She needs much attention today. Another room we didn't check. Diary. Been here for almost 3 months. Everyone treats me well. Most of the workers have been here for a long time, some as long as 30 years. Dorothy is probably the oldest maid here. She's really nice and is responsible for taking care of all the maids. She's always giving me snacks. The other older worker is probably Bernard, the butler. He's so serious. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. Dorothy and Bernard don't talk much to each other. However, they are perfect when it comes to attending to Charles and Vivian's needs. Guess that's why they're in charge. I notice Charles and Vivian are never together much either, even when they're both at home. They don't seem happy. What's going on? Vivian was passing by when I broke the vase. Must have been really nervous because I stood there for God knows how long. I thought she would scold me or even fire me. Instead, she invited me to have tea with her. She asked about my parents and what I wanted to do in the future. I told her I hoped to open my own deli someday. She said I could do anything if I set my mind on it and work really hard. Like me, she used to be poor. Now she's a successful businesswoman. I hope to be like her someday. Wanda is sick. I've heard she has cancer. It has been 2 months since I took over for her. Her son, Derek, stays with her whenever he's not driving for Charles. I feel sorry for them. Luckily, Mr. Roberts helps with their financial needs. Andrew shouted at me for walking on the grass, though I was sure I didn't step on it this time. He's always drunk anyways. Scott told me to ignore him. I'm not sure how he could be so patient, always taking care of Andrew and covering his workload. Okay, Scott said he was visiting Andrew in the hospital at some point. I would have assumed that Scott was Andrew's son if I had not known that Father Matthew adopted him years ago. He's so nice and talented, not to mention handsome. Only he wasn't taken, yeah. Oh, hello, Ember. Yes, hello. I see you there, yes. I stopped petting her as I clicked to read that, and so she jumped up behind my head and began orbiting. Yes, Yes, hello. I do. I acknowledge you, Ember. I do. She says, but insufficiently. Hey there, crazy. Welcome to the Murder Mystery Stream. Where are those stairs? There we go. Hello, Ember. Hello. Hello. So welcome back to my lap. Be able to open these now, right? Right? that one. Gonna a post-it note door. Supposedly servants' quarters. Hey there, Okaneki. Report Scott to Bernard. His suspicious acts are getting out of hand. Today I saw him peeking into Mr. and Mrs. Roberts' room from the window. It's been told many times. Oh, it is not ending. It is not ending. I bumped the wrong buttons. We're doing a murder mystery game, so we've got to go around and find clues and what have you. It's got adventure game elements in such that we find out where different keys are so that we can find other doors, that kind of thing. Okay, he's been trying to peek into the master bedroom a lot, apparently. That's a good question. We don't know yet. Oh, man. High tech. TV VCR combo. E-room. Vivian's E-room. Pile of negative notes. Why on earth does she keep those letters? Hey there, Yosef. More than anybody in this town doesn't deserve to be attacked by these faceless cowards. People cannot see the positive impact she has made for the community. It's not her fault that her business deals can't please everyone. Okay, there's another potentially relevant things. Well, I'm glad you found us again. Okay. Arnold. Yes, we are playing the Painscreek Killings. Got a little bit longer to play before we pop out to get some food and prep for the programming stream. But this is a murder mystery game. There's a lot of note-taking and searching stuff. Cleaning the mansion attic today when I found Derek and Wanda's old stuff. I asked Derek about it, and he told me he used to live here with his mom until he was about 6 years old. We chatted for an hour. I never talked to him that much. Had to interact with Bernard today. His left wrist was swollen pretty badly. When I asked what happened, he claimed he fell during rock climbing and twisted his left hand. So he can't help with writing the Easter invitations this year. see here. Eric lived in Manor. Till 6 years old. Third, 1995. Sted wrist. In rock climbing accident. Told him he only needs his right hand for writing. He looked at me as if I was joking. Could have known he was left-handed. This is a kind of sinister game. So far there are no like overt horror elements, but the town that we're investigating in is abandoned. So this murder happened before the town kind of fell apart. And everybody started leaving. And the murder was never solved. So we're a journalist that has been assigned to kind of, from the looks of it, to create a kind of fluff piece about, like, hey, there was this unexplained murder and we solved it kind of thing. Dorothy asked me to help her clean house tomorrow. I didn't know she has her own place. Thought she lived with the Roberts family in the nanny's room. She said she hasn't used the house for the past few months, but it needs to be taken care of every now and then. She'll be 60 this year. Okay. Black Pine Road. Goes there every few months. Yeah, the kind of tense piano, you know? Hey there, One Piece. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, Yosef. We generally play kind of lighter stuff. Every now and then we play something actiony, but it's usually lighter stuff. Fine, 1995. Vivian and Trisha argue. Not thinking straight. I was about to clean the gallery when I noticed the door was already slightly open. I saw Mr. Roberts standing in front of a painting. Right before he left, I heard a faint click. Ooh. When I was sure that he was gone, I went into the gallery to see what he was so entranced by. Just a painting of an old woman with a white headband. Just a second. I left something on. There we go. I don't think I have a live stream at 12 a.m. Did I leave? I didn't think so. Did I leave something active? I didn't think so. I'll have to double check, unless it's 12 a.m. for you. Does it? Weird. We're right about wrap up time anyway, so gives me an opportunity to check here. Oh, okay. Let me just eyeball them real quick here. No, it should have been starting at 12 p.m. my time, which is, noon. Not sure why it would be showing that. All of my scheduled ones are for 4 p.m. and 12 p.m. my time. I have 5 cats. The one that you can see right now is Sky. And let's see, we have Ember on the white table. We have Sammy on the bed. And we can't see Mason or Sherbet. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping up here so I can get some food and prep for the programming stream. So far, I'm liking this. Let's see how many notes we've written. We have written 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're on our 12th page of notes for this game so far. So should be fun. Should be fun. We'll see how many notepads we go through on this one. The other game, the later game that this company made was similar. I don't like the later cases. Some of them are kind of obtuse. But I've been told this one is really good for that. So it's kind of fun to write the notes and solve the crime, Another one that we played that was like this, that we wrote a lot of notes about, was a game called Tunic. We did play that. I don't think I have any of the streams on YouTube. I believe that was when we were primarily on Twitch. But that one was like notes like crazy, like figuring out how things worked in the world, and that can be a lot of fun. Oh, but I hope you had fun, folks. I hope you had fun investigating this murder with us. We will be doing this some more later. This may become a staple with our noon streams for a little bit. Nice and relaxing, easy to do. Okay, we're gonna hop off the stream for about an hour. We'll be back at 4 U.S. Central with our programming. So hope to see you then.